What's up, traders? Zach here from the Trading Network. Hope you guys are doing well. It is Sunday, August 14th, and I've got another weekly market profile forecast for you guys for both ES and NQ futures. And this week, we are going to start off with ES since we started with NQ last time. Pretty similar on the two profiles, especially session-wise. And most immediately, what I am going to be focused on and looking at is Friday's high at 42.8275 on ES. That is basically the highest level that we have been at in quite some time, since May, actually. And this 4,300 area that we have discussed in prior weekly market profile forecast videos is going to be my major pivot point or area of interest moving into this week. So you can see here at 43.06 and 43.05 specifically, we have the weekly highs from the weekly sessions of April 25th and May 2nd. Okay, so several months ago, and we are going to be right up against those levels this week, seeing as we can move up another 30 points, very likely that those get tested, okay? So if we can move and hold above 4,300, call it, I'm going to be looking for a move, of course, into 4360-ish first, and especially if we can move and hold above that, look at this 4470 naked POC that was created the week of April 18th. Okay, so 4 months ago, we have a bunch of untapped liquidity up here at 4470. Of course, we do have a downside naked POC at 3969, but as it stands right now, it is looking like this is going to be our most immediate test of a major macro resistance level. And if we can work above that, that significantly increases the probability of us visiting these higher levels. Now, on the downside, as we were just discussing, if we cannot even get up to 4,300, of course, but if we get up to 4,300 and we see resistance there and some strong selling, I will look towards a move back down into this 4170 level, first and foremost. Then I will be looking back at this 4120 area, which was a prior naked point of control. It was closed the week of July 25th, but this is likely going to be a major area of interest regardless because we have the monthly volume composite here, okay? So this is, for those of you guys not familiar, this is essentially the monthly volume point of control, and this is going to be and always is a major area of interest regardless of whether we are above or below it. The monthly volume composite is an important area to keep an eye on, if nothing else. So, of course, if we break this level here, I will be looking for a move into this weekly low here, and then likely into 4016 and ultimately into that naked POC. But we do have quite a bit of work on the downside to do before we, get anywhere close to that naked point of control there. I just wanted to bring that to your attention. So as far as the ES major levels go, of course, from a session profile, 4282, which was the weekly high from last week. That's going to be our most immediate area of interest. If we work above 4282, likely going to present a long trade opportunity up to 4300, and then we're going to have to watch and see what reaction we get at 4300. But until then, really just waiting, watching those major levels. We do have 4246 as a major level from the weekly session of the 18th of April there. So you can keep an eye on that and these further levels, these more recent levels to the downside as well if we do reject from this 4280, 4300 level. So that is basically the gist of it. Just to repeat one more time, watch this 4300 level. This is going to be a major area. If we can work above it, look towards 4360-ish and then 4470-ish as our major levels moving into this next week. And on the downside, if we can't move and hold above 4280, 4300, consider this, a zone of resistance here. Then I would look for most immediately move back into 4220, 4170, and then down into or around this volume composite area, which is right around 4120. You can see that lines up with last week's low as well. So wouldn't be surprised to see something like last week's low, maybe an initial rejection here, and then a retest of last week's low. And if that can hold support, maybe further upside from there. But that's just speculation on my end. We got to just wait to see what price does at these levels. So let us move on to the NQ session profile. Again, very similar. You can see that this 13,575, 13,580 level is going to be a major area of resistance on the session profile. And if we pop on over to the weekly, you can see that that same level, just like ES, is indeed the weekly high. And once again, just like ES, we have these weekly highs over here at 13,584, 13,590. It's honestly pretty cool how close they are as far as the, let's just pop back over to the weekly ES here. You can see 4306, 4305. So these are within a point and a half. Pop on over to the weekly profile, actually only within 5 points. Two weekly highs within 5 points of each other, okay? Again, those are from the end of April. This is the April 25th weekly sesh, and this is the May 2nd. So again, major area here on NQ. If we wanted to, we could consider this a little bit of a zone from last week's value area high at 513 up to 590, call it. If we move and hold above that, same deal on NQ. Going to be looking for a move up to the April 18th weekly sessions value area low, specifically at 13,781. And if we can move and hold above that, that opens up or increases the probability significantly of us moving towards 14,181 and closing this naked point of control from that same weekly session of the April 18th profile. So very similar as far as analysis on both ES and NQ, which will allow me to keep this video even shorter than usual, I think, because the same thing holds. On the downside, again, if we can't move and hold above this weekly resistance area, look for a move most immediately down into this monthly volume composite, specifically around 13,285. You can see that last week's POC at 13,333 is right around that area as well. So perhaps we could create a little zone there, which lines up with the weekly low, what do you know, from the April 18th session. If this breaks, very similar on ES as well, look for that old naked point of control area to get touched. You can see we have a high volume node on the monthly composite as well. This is at, call it 13,200, and that naked POC is at 13,123. So another possible area of support there, but we want to watch reaction at these levels, as I always say. So most immediately, just to reiterate, look at a test or look for a test for this 1590 level. 13,590. And this is going to be just like ES. I can pop over there real quick. Very similar to that 4306, 4305 area. So watch for reaction there. If we move and hold above, 13,781, 14,181, major levels on the weekly. If we can't move above, look for a move back down to this 13,333 level, a little bit below, monthly volume composite, another high volume node, 13,123, and then just like ES, the lows from last week here at 12,963. And you can see that the lows from last week line up with the highs from these prior weekly sessions, which typically show us an area of support. So on the downside, I just want to note that if this area breaks right here, that is a bit of a change in behavior, and that does increase further downside potential back to fill the downside naked point of control, 12,427. So again, just like ES, we've got a ways to go for this lower naked POC, and we've just got to watch reaction to these levels moving forward into this week's price action. So I hope that this has been a helpful video. I hope you guys find value in these weekly forecasts moving into the trading week. I hope you guys, at the very least, can plot these levels and watch what happens there. I'm not really telling you guys what's going to happen at these levels. I'm not saying, hey, take these trades here. I'm basically just saying these are major areas of interest based on where large time frame players or other time frame players, as Jim Dalton would say in his Mind Over Markets market profile book. But that is how I gain edge. I look for reaction at major levels. We never know what's going to go down at these levels until price goes there and reacts. So it's a matter of, just to be very clear, especially for those new to my forecasts and my content in general, these are areas of interest. We watch these areas of interest, and then we look at our candlestick chart, for instance, with all of our other indicators, and we see, is there a high probability trade opportunity at these major levels? Just as a quick example, if you have, your momentum oscillators curling and crossing up and bullish divergence, or maybe even bullish divergence and a higher low at a weekly profile level, you might be onto something there. You might have a high probability trade opportunity. So I just wanted to kind of give you guys a quick rundown, especially for those new to the channel, because I've gotten a bunch of new subscribers this month. Thank you very much for all of you who have clicked the like and subscribe button. I will say one more time, if you've been watching my content, if you enjoy it, please click like and subscribe. It does make a very big difference, and I immensely appreciate it. So for those of you new, welcome, and I hope this helps. So if you guys do find this content helpful and you'd like to learn more about the Trading Network, please make sure to check out our website, thetradingnetwork.io, where you can learn more about joining the Trading Network private Discord. You can purchase access to the Trading Network proprietary indicator package. You can learn more about one-on-one mentorship with me and the Trading Network team. And you can also learn more and purchase access to the fundamentals of futures trading and the FFT and indicator package bundle, which allows you to get both the proprietary indicator package and the fundamentals of futures trading course, even on a monthly payment plan, to make it a bit easier on the wallet. If you guys have any questions, you can email me at info@thetradingnetwork.io. Leave a comment down below. Hit me up on Facebook. Anywhere you can find me, I will be happy to help any way that I can. Thank you very much for your time. I appreciate you guys watching the content, and I will see you in the next video. Much love.